Now that The Sims 4 Journey to Batuu has been announced, I have to concede that the people who thought the Three Moons game pack icon was Star Wars were right. I didn't really want to believe it. Now, I'm a Star Wars fan, huge part of my childhood along with Indiana Jones, but I don't really see a place for Star Wars in The Sims. I do have my reasons. I mean, for the most part, if you want to play a Star Wars game, you'll go play a Star Wars game. It's not like there aren't options. There are a lot of good Star Wars games. Many of them feature the battles between the Empire and the Rebellion, or the First Order and the Resistance. But what can The Sims 4 do with any of these grand space opera concepts? Not much. It's likely to only be able to dress Sims up in Star Wars costumes to let you make your own story. And this is literally the message of the pack. I can't make a Star Wars story in The Sims. We're relying on you to make the story this time, guys. Look, The Sims as a storytelling vehicle is definitely a thing, but being given one Star Wars themed location does not do much to give me faith people will be able to make a Star Wars themed storytelling experience. It's a franchise that takes place in a frickin' galaxy, which is big. So big you can't even wrap your mind around it as a human. So big we will probably never explore our own, because there are over 100 billion stars in the Milky Way. But the point is, a galaxy is big. It's not a village with a handful of lots. The trailer does give the impression you might actually land in ships when visiting here, but they are no doubt simple visuals. It may do a lot to sell the illusion you're in a Star Wars locale, and it may make for some good screenshots, but I doubt we'll get to do much with the ships. It reminds me of the UFO and the rockets so far. It looks like there will indeed be a force-based skill. Do I want to force choke townies? Oh yes, you bet I do. But I can only do that if I can use the dark side, and Sims is not really gonna let me be the Sith I have always dreamed I could be. So this new location, Batuu, it looks like it may be under Empire occupation, and maybe you can go and clean it of the baddies. Maybe you can even choose sides, level up your force skill, and take on Kylo Ren, I guess? Okay, so while I was writing this, they released a product page. Yeah, it's really Kylo Ren, and the woman in the trailer really is meant to be Rey from the new sequel trilogy. So yes, those impressions from the trailer that there are a few factions you might choose from were correct. You can choose from supporting Rey and the Resistance to Kylo Ren and the First Order. And there are smugglers to make credits from. Looking at this page, I'm kind of getting Jungle Adventure or Strangerville vibes. It says there are missions you can take on to increase standing with the factions. It looks like we can purchase droids, and I do think that'd be cool for a minute, but it's just not going to mix with The Sims. It's not going to feel too new though, because we kind of already have access to droids. Maybe I can program this R2 unit to water my garden when I'm done with the story, but like I said, that's what this is. It's just in need of a patch last time I checked. In the trailer we are shown some lightsaber battles, but I feel these must be a lot like Realm of Magic's duels, with skill checks to determine the winner. It's not the skill checks that are the problem, it's going to be the lack of varied animations the game has had that make them boring to watch more than a few times. You'll gather crystals to craft your own lightsaber, but so much of the Star Wars experience will not be possible to feel in Sims. Stuck on a planet and maybe with rabbit holes to represent flying around in space, doing duels that do not involve the loss of limbs. Many of The Sims 4's existing problems are going to be extra highlighted in a Star Wars themed pack. Have we got a solution for townies showing up in these insane locations? Is Nancy Landgrab going to pilot a TIE fighter or be a Sith Lord? Okay, I'd believe that last one to be honest, but if they're fixed here, could we fix them elsewhere? To avoid that, it'd require a cast that never leaves this place to avoid contaminating other game worlds. I'm really hoping that we'll at least keep the Star Wars from bleeding out of this location, but that just further settles my feeling that this one won't integrate well with any other content we have. What I'm saying is even shown right there in the trailer. This Star Wars style home plopped down right in the middle of Willow Creek. Come on, trailer team, I could maybe see it in Oasis Springs. This tells us that you probably can't really live on Batuu and will need to bring stuff home to actually use it. I don't know that for a fact, it's just already pointing toward this being a travel location and not really a new place to live. I'll take the L if I'm wrong there, but if you can do it, it should definitely be shown in the trailer. Since I can't make a Star Wars story due to the very limited location options, I'm relying on them to make the story good. And so good, I'll care to revisit it more than once. And it should hopefully not last all of 2 hours. Again. So, after all the speculation, we do indeed get a Star Wars game pack in The Sims. If it feels odd, it shouldn't shock you. EA does have this contract for making Disney's Star Wars games, a decade-long deal that will last until 2023. So it's not too surprising it would make its way into The Sims, it's just not a match that feels right to me. It never was. I never use these and I don't know people who do. Because there isn't any purpose other than for a Halloween costume. Speaking of that, it's gonna be hilarious if you have a baby with one of these guys and it comes out white as the driven snow because it's a sim and a costume. Let's hope they thought of that. I know this video is going to spark some lively discussion, but please don't attack people for liking or disliking this pack. EA likely knew the reaction to this one would be mixed, but attacking over liking it or don't like it, it's something you should never do, and it's not what I'm doing here. You can share your opinion and talk with people about how you feel about something without being an asshole. The vibe I get from this ever coming to exist, it's that it's a deal between companies to share fans between two intellectual properties. It's pretty much an advertisement for Star Wars. Though who asked for this may be stated repeatedly, it's not accurate, as there are always people who wanted this pack to be Star Wars and they were excited at the idea. There always will be in such a large community. It's entirely possible that Disney's involvement and perhaps an extended budget could make this one of the better game packs. So I'll still give it a shot and explore it, even if my initial reaction to it was, well, that's not a great idea. I wish things would change with communication. There are a lot of things players want, and Maxis may be able to deliver on those things. But the focus is too much on surprising us with announcements. In this case, less than 2 weeks from the release. That's right, this comes out September 8th. It seems like working on more packs in the open would make people every bit as excited as these random surprises and leaks. Even if I understand they can't do that with a deal made with Disney, it's rarely done with The Sims 4. You know what competitors are gonna do, or those in development are already doing? They're talking with players about what they want to be able to do and trying to make that happen. Games under development have backers, but the people who buy literally every pack are backers too. I'll wait for the pack to get here and give it a fair shot when the time comes. Even if it's a one-off thing, if it's good experience, I will say so. Even if I think it's weird. It doesn't seem like there's much time for other news videos. We got a trailer drop, and that is all we will get before release. I think this is weird because of the deal with Disney. Anyway, have a good day and consider supporting my channel. Like, share, or comment to help me out, blah blah. It's repeated so much because they actually do help. The channel's nearly at 100,000 subs and that is awesome. Thank you so much, everyone.